don't think of detaching from your desires as not wanting them anymore. Okay? I know that you want your desires. Your desire is holy. Okay, your desire is a divine urge from the God within you, from the God that you are, saying this is who you really are. All right? Now, I know exactly how I want to say this. I'm going to take the long route to explain this. You know, I like the scenic route. Sit back and relax. Okay? So, let's say that right now, okay? Right now, you are God, which you are. Okay? And you are all that there is. You are the birds, you are the trees, you are every single person, you are the cosmos. Okay? From that perspective, right? That extreme oneness, how would you experience the love that you are? If you were all things right now, you wouldn't. It's just oneness. There's just one. Okay? There's just one. So now, in order to experience yourself, what happens? Is that you create this vessel, this divine vessel, to hold the infiniteness of you. Okay? And what this divine vessel allows you to do is it allows you to have this individualized perspective of reality. Okay? We call this an ego. Okay? So what this ego allows you to do is it allows you to see separation. It's a beautiful way, right? I see me here, I see you there. I see me here, I see them. I see us and them. I see we and them, right? Or sometimes I see y'all versus me, okay? Because you took their side. So this divine vessel called the ego allows us to see this separation. What is the purpose of separation? Well, to know myself. I am love, but I want to experience the love that I am, so I create the illusion of separation to experience it, okay? Now, because you are in the illusion of separation does not mean that you're separate. It's simply an illusion. You are always 100% connected to God because you are God. Okay? You can't be disconnected. It's impossible. Okay? You can't be disconnected. It's absolutely impossible. All right? Now, let's say you're going through life and you have this desire. Okay? Because you are God, within you is what? Within you is every version of you. We think of things like past lives, future lives, and we put them on this timeline. We think of past life as in 1853, and the future life is in the year 3000, right? In the future life, right, everybody drives Tesla Cybertrucks. It's the only thing that you go on the road, you see nothing but Tesla Cybertrucks, and some of them motherfuckers are hovering, right? That's what the future looks like, all right? So you get into this, we think of timelines like this, the future and the past, okay? But really, it's all happening right now. There's only this one moment. Okay? There's just one divine moment. Okay? So within you right now, every possible thing that could ever happen, the version of you that is broke, a billionaire, the version of you that lived in 1823, that lives in the year 3000, every version of you is right here, right now within you. Which means there's nowhere to go. Okay? There's nowhere to go. But what happens is that because you're in this illusion of separation, you can only see one perspective of all that you are at a time. Now, when we look at like explain this, they say, well, reality is only 0.0001% matter. The rest of it is energy, information. What does that mean? All right, I want you to think about this, okay? Now, if I'm only seeing the 0.001% of reality, that means all of this. It's just 0.0001% of matter. What is the rest? Well, if all of this stems from within me, all of this is connected to one perspective of me, that means that 99.99999% is all within me, connected to different perspectives of me. Okay? Different perspectives of me. Okay? Keep up. Follow. I know y'all getting this, all right? I trust that you are. All right, so now, if right now, the God within me that is everything, okay, I'm walking through life and I experience something I don't like. You know, the bill's a little too high, right? The summer months are coming or dying off. Let's say that they were just starting, right? The electric bill in my new apartment is a little high. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? That's going to cut into this other money that I'm trying to spend, this other thing I'm trying to do. Now, all of a sudden, I have this divine urge and it says, make more money. What is that? What is it? Well, that urge, that desire It's simply the God within me doing what? Reminding me there's more to me than this. You're not just this one perspective. You're infinite. And now this urge is just showing you, no, this is who you really are. You are more prosperity. Your job from that moment is what? To accept it. To sit and accept that I am now this perspective. I was this perspective where the bill was too high. And now I want to be on this perspective where now I have more money and that bill don't do shit to me. All right? So that urge was simply inviting me to a different perspective. And in that different perspective is another 0.0001% of reality that now animates. Okay? That now animates. Okay? So now, let's talk about detachment. If I believe that everything is separate from me, well, of course, detachment, I'm going to be forced to think that. Or I have to detach from my desire. Well, I'm not going to be forced, but that's one route that I could go. I have to be detached from my desire. But if I knew that everything was me, what am I detaching from? I'm not detaching from the desire. The desire is God wanting to get through me. I can just hear the keys rambling over there. This is just God just desiring it through me. Okay? So if God is desiring it through me, I can accept it. There's nothing to hold on to or let go of. I can just accept it as the truth. What do I detach from it? How does it unfold? In scripture, there's this beautiful saying. It says what? Judge not by appearance, but judge by righteous judgment. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay? It means that I could be walking through life, okay? And I decide, I am prosperity. I'm walking through life, I decide I am prosperity, okay? Now, that bill that just showed up, that high-ass energy bill, it's still there. The money hasn't changed, okay? The money has not changed in the bank account immediately, okay? But now I know, reality just is what it is. Reality is me. I've already switched. I've already changed perspectives. I've already accepted who I am. So I'm not judging myself based on what I see out there. I'm judging myself righteously. What does that mean? Righteously. Judged by righteous judgment. From a human definition, we might think righteous means climbing this ladder of righteousness, closeness to God. But remember, you are God. You can't be closer or further from God. There is a verse in, I forget. But anyways, it's Abraham talking. And it said, Abraham believed in the Lord. In the Old Testament, Lord and law are interchangeable. The law of being, the Lord are the same thing. Abraham believed in the Lord, in the law, and it was counted to him as righteousness. This is giving us the definition of what righteousness is. Righteousness isn't some moral high road, okay? Righteousness is I believe in the law. What is the law? The law of I am. I am. This is why Jesus said, I am the law of Moses. Okay, I am the law. Okay, so the moment I decide that I am prosperity, I am the law. So if I believe in what I say that I am, that is righteousness. So it doesn't matter what the situation looks like. I've already decided I'm prosperity. Therefore I am. I've already decided I am love. Doesn't matter what that person is doing. I am love. So I am. And so now what do? I give space. I allow reality to be what it is. I give reality. Here's the key. Here's the key. I give reality permission to unfold perfectly for me. Because if I'm not judging righteously and I'm judging by appearance and I'm latching on, I don't like this, it's not looking right, everything is just messing up, I'm not giving reality the opportunity to actually change for me. I'm not allowing it to be perfect. I'm not giving it permission to unfold to me. Our focus does not need to be out there. Out there is out there. It's going to take care of itself. God can do God. God does what God does in His perfect divine way. The only way to the Father is through me. Okay? Like, the only way to the Father. Nobody gets to the Father except through me. This is not saying through God, through Jesus Christ. This is saying through me, through I am. Jesus represents what? Metaphysically, what does Jesus represent? Okay? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, the Word was with God, right? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, the Word was with God, all right? That was the first manifestation of God, is the Word. The Word is what? I am. It's pure awareness. Jesus in the New Testament represents what? The first begotten Son of the Father, of God. The first begotten Son is the first manifestation. So Jesus, not the man, but the Christ, represents what? I am. It represents the Word. So when Jesus is saying, nobody gets to the Father except through me, all right? What it's saying is to get to God, to change all of this, right? I decide who I am. I make the decision of who I am. And when I make the decision of who I am, I judge everything righteously because I believe in the law, the Lord. I believe in I am. I believe in Christ, in the first begotten Son, which you all are, which we all are. Okay? So this is what it means. So now, so it's not detaching from my desire. The desire is holy because there is no separation. This is God desiring it through me. Matter of fact, how I used to do it, whenever I was having these strong desires, is I believe the more I desired it, the more God wanted it to me, or the more God wanted it for me. Now, of course, God doesn't want anything more or less. Source just is, right? Source just is. That was just me desiring, but it helped me. Okay, it helped me to get through those situations. It's all a promise. Whether it's a promise for a new belt, or it's a promise for $1,000, or it's a promise for 100,000 or 20K a month, whatever the case may be, it's all the same to God. It's all the same to God. Okay? So I accept all of these promises. Boom. As me. They're divine urge. This is divine urge for God to know itself through me. Beautiful. Right? And now I judge everything righteously because I believe in the Lord. I believe in the law. Right? So hopefully that helped. Hopefully that helped. You don't have to detach from your desire. The desire is holy. The desire is holy. We need to detach from the desire to detach from the desire. Appreciate you. Good. Detach from the desire to detach from the desire. Oh, I can't tell y'all what hotel I stayed in. I can't tell y'all that. Y'all might be. I'm just playing. I can tell y'all the hotel. Well, that's the thing, right? So that's the thing is, let's say that you do have anxiety, right? It's like, how do I trust when I have anxiety, right? Stop trying to feel better about it and just know that you're perfect through that anxiety. Right? Stop trying to escape your humanity. Here's a question that I want all of you to kind of ponder, right? How can you accept your how can you honor your divinity and your humanity at the same time? How can you honor your divinity and your humanity at the same time? How can you simply decide, look, I am everything I desire to be. I am perfect. I still have anxiety. Doesn't take away from the fact that I am perfect. Doesn't take away from the fact that I am perfect. It's just, it's part of my human experience, right? Where I don't want y'all to go, right? Because I think this is a dangerous path, is when we start trying to bypass our emotions for the sake of getting things, right? Because that's one of the pitfalls of the manifesting space, is you can get there, right? It's trying to feel better about everything, which in itself makes no sense because you're just denying yourself your humanity. Humanity is the ultimate manifestation. It's the ultimate manifestation. You are already the manifestation, right? So getting into the manifestation space will trick you into thinking like, oh, well, I can't feel anxiety. Why not? Feel them. Honor them. But know that you are not them. They're just parts of your human experience. You're not any of this. You're not the body. You're not the thoughts. Like when you look at your hand, like who is the one looking at the hand? When you feel cold, who is the one that's feeling cold? Right? You are pure consciousness. You are the awareness behind all of that. You're the awareness behind all of that. Right? We don't have to make this game, this reality creation journey can be so fun. It can be so fun and just so rewarding, so delicious, so peaceful, so divine, right? When we start stripping away all the conditions, all those conditions that say we're not it. Well, because what about anxiety? Remove that condition. Even with anxiety, I'm still it. I'm saying, what if I'm thinking these thoughts? That's just the ego. The ego doesn't create. Remove that condition. You are still it. What if I feel awkward today? What if I don't feel close? Doesn't matter. God cannot be absent from God. Remove that condition. Right? So this is a journey of remembering. You don't have to be more God. You're just stripping away all those false teachings that you've accepted through the year that are untrue. Like those things might come into your mind and they might show up in your reality and try to convince you that you're not the person you desire to be, but you are. You are no matter what. You are no matter what. Right? And how can you bring about things that you might need sooner? And yeah, absolutely. So the ego does not create. The ego does not create. The ego does not create anything. What creates? Me deciding that the ego creates. Right? Remember, it's not about what I'm thinking. It's about how I'm identifying with those thoughts. It's not about what I'm feeling. How am I identifying with that feeling? Who do I say? I don't care what the situation looks like. Who do you say you are? Who do you say you are in the middle of that situation? Okay? And then how can you bring about things that you might need sooner? Well, you're not bringing about anything. Okay? You already have everything. You're already everything. You're not pulling, like you're not attracting things from outside of you, okay? You are radiating the prosperity, the wholeness, the divinity, the perfection, the love that you are. And as you walk in the room, you're bringing the prosperity with you. When you walk in the room, you're bringing the love with you. None of that shit is being attracted from outside. You saying that you need something sooner, it's just the affirmation that you don't have it now. But there's only right now. You can only have it right now. It's divine remembrance. It's divine radical remembrance. I am that I am no matter what. I have the money, it's paid. Everything is mine right now, no matter what. Release the thought that you're attracting anything. You just are it. The love you seek is the love that you are. You walk in the room and you transform the room with your love. You walk into the room and you transform the room with your prosperity. Everything becomes prosperity because you touch it. You have the Midas touch. Whatever you touch turns to gold. Because I am prosperity, whatever I touch turns into prosperity. Everywhere I go is a celebration of the love that overflows from me. I'm not searching for it anywhere. What do you mean come sooner? That was wild to say. What do you mean you need it sooner? Well, yeah, I like that more. What do you mean you need it sooner? Okay? You already have it. It's already yours. It's already yours. Okay? It's already yours. I appreciate your stuff. That was such a wild thing to say. Nah, no pause though. No pause. No pause. I'm standing on what I said. No pause. Matter of fact, I shouldn't have even corrected it. I should have just, I said what I said. I said what I said. I appreciate you still. Damn. Matter of fact, I did a discussion on it. How did I do a discussion on nihilism? Nihilism. And now I can't even remember the definition. I did a whole video on it. It was a while ago though. Okay, yeah. It's the belief that there's really nothing, there's no objective meaning or value in life or the universe, right? Which can be an easy route. We can get down to that route, right, when we're in this reality creation space. But the truth is that here's the truth, right? Here's the truth. life always has meaning, but you give it meaning, right? Even me saying that life has no meaning is me giving life the meaning that it has no meaning, right? Either way, okay? But you could make there's infinite routes that you can go down, right? I could be somebody who checks into the philosophy that I have past life trauma that I need to heal. Because I have that belief and because I accept that, guess what I'm going to experience? I'm going to be walking through life, and in one moment somebody's going to come slap me in the back of the head. Some situation, I'm going to say, it must be a past life trauma that I have to work out. I just open up myself to receiving all these things that I don't even know where the fuck they came from. All right? So who I am being now does what? It influences my reality. We cannot say our thoughts and beliefs create reality and then say, only in these areas. But in this area, I have past life trauma. No. Are you the creator or not? Are you God or not? Are you source or not? Right? So all of these things, and I used to believe that, past life trauma. I just have to heal these things from the past life. That shit always just left me confused though. Because sometimes I would sit around and be like, damn, I must have really fucked up in some past lives. Your boy must have really been fucking up in some past lives. Because God damn, what the fuck is this? But that was simply my acceptance of a belief, which was creating reality. I could just as easily have said, I'm not paying I don't have to pay the price for any of my past lives. I am God. I'm all that there is. I live by grace, right? I have the gift of grace in this present moment. I meet God, and my life is simply perfect and fun and flowing and divine. I can make that choice. And then when I did make that choice, everything changed accordingly, right? But it's all a choice. It's all a choice. Struggle choice. Alignment choice. Not having the SP choice. Bills not being paid. Choice. It's all a choice. Okay. Now, of course, that's very triggering, right? And I think the Gospel of Thomas says that in such a beautiful way. It says, like, when you come to know the truth, right, first you will be disturbed. Right? First you will be disturbed, right? And then you will realize that you are children of the Most High. Something like that. Matter of fact, let me find that exact verse. Gospel. Okay, it says, the seeker should not stop until he finds. When he does find, he will be disturbed. After having been disturbed, he will be astonished. Then he will reign over everything. Beautiful. The seeker should not stop until he finds. When he does find, he will be disturbed. After having been disturbed, he will be astonished, right? It's all my fault? Shit. Disturbing as hell, right? But now all of a sudden you start waking up. You start waking up to, oh shit, if it's all my fault, that means it's all my fault. That means I can change it all. I can choose differently in all areas. In all areas, right? So yeah, right? It's like coming into the realization that you are everything. It's divine, right? So it's the Gospel of Thomas, which is a Gnostic text, right? And, I don't expect everybody to believe in the Gnostic text. So I don't think everybody believes it, or I don't expect everybody to believe in Scripture in general, right? But Gospel of Thomas is it's saying 2, or lesion 2 in the Gospel of Thomas. It says, the seeker should not stop until he finds. When he does find, he will be disturbed. After having been disturbed, he will be astonished. Then he will reign over everything. There's this thing, right, where, and I went through it and it was like, if I create my reality, why the fuck would I create that? Like, if I created my reality, why the hell would I create that? Like, ain't no way I created her ass, right? I mean, her ass was nice, but other than that, I ain't create her, right? But coming into the realization that, oh shit, yes, I did. She was simply a vessel for my assumption, which is what everybody is. These divine vessels for my assumption. And so the path allows you to get to know yourself. You learn yourself by becoming the observer of the world. Now, when I'm constantly in reaction, I can't observe. I'm not learning. I'm just, oh, I don't like it. Oh, it's not working out. Oh, what about this? Oh, unfavorable circumstance. But when I start looking at everything and I say, this is not me. I've already chose differently. Now, that becomes proof that I have changed. When I start looking at things, truly observing, and I'm like, man, well, I've always saw this person as stubborn, so now they're showing up as stubborn. I've always saw this person. I've always had this feeling that women were like this. So now the women in my life always show up like this. It's always been me. It's always simply been based on my assumptions. Okay? Yes, very disturbing. But after having been disturbed, he will be astonished. Then he will reign over everything. 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 Right? Everything. The money that you want is already yours. By divine right. By divine right. Okay? The love that you seek is already yours. By divine right. Okay? By divine right. So, beautiful, right? I love kind of these beautiful. Interesting. I love some of these beautiful scriptures that really just, boy, Landon has returned to the chat. We've been missing you, my brother. We've been missing you. All right? And can you change a person's behavior by changing your assumption of them? Absolutely. Absolutely. That ain't gonna turn into a regular here. I appreciate you, my brother. My dog finna become a regular. You might as well send a gift while you're at it. Okay? So, yes, you can absolutely change your assumptions of somebody, and that changes them. Okay? That allows you to have a different version of them step forward. This is all it is, right? I want you to think about it like this, okay? If right now you had no memory, okay? This is the constant example that I give. Make sure I got enough battery. I'm finna switch phones. If right now, right, we had no memory, okay? If we had no memory, everybody in your life would instantly become meaningless. What makes them special to you is always going to be your assumption about them, all right? Now, this is how reality works. When you walk into a room, you bring your assumptions with you about women, about money, about whatever, okay? And so, like I said, you're not attracting anything, okay? Think of yourself as this beacon of light. I think Tom Carrigan calls it the vertical, right? You live in this vertical, and everything is changed based on who you are in this vertical, right? Now, think of yourself as this beam of light, this beacon of light. And everywhere you walk, your light then what? Illuminates the room. Everything is just this dark void. And you walk in and you illuminate the room. So your assumptions, who you decide you are, begin to flow from you and animate whatever. Opportunities animate in this room because of you. Love animates in this room because of you. People animate in this room because of you. Have you ever noticed, have you ever had experiences where you are just in a good mood and you're like, oh man, everything is just going well today, and all of a sudden people are easier to talk to? Situations just kind of work themselves out. All of these beautiful things happen. Why is that? Okay, why is that? Because of your decision. Because your decision that everything was going to work out. Everything is going to work out, right? So all of this is just an assumption. You can make assumptions about people all the time, right? Let's give another example on a smaller level. Right? Well, it's a larger level, but a smaller level. Is let's say that right now it's really into politics, okay? And let's say that I either loved or hated whatever president was in the office, okay? My life could all of a sudden become substantially worse or better because of what I assume to be true about somebody that I will never ever fucking meet in my life, okay? Your assumption of them, right, completely changes your reality. It completely changes them. It allows them to impact your reality. You just are reality. So your assumptions can change how you experience the world. Your assumptions change how you show up. I'm sure there's certain people right now. Mom, nah, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Just change how you show up. I'm sure there's certain people right now. Mom, nah, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. But you can, or I'm not gonna bring anybody else's personal beliefs in here. But there are certain people that you can talk about certain people with, and they completely like. It doesn't matter what you say about them; they can't stand that motherfucker, right? And there's other people like doesn't matter what you say about them; they love them. Okay, this is all based on your assumptions. Am I gonna switch phones?